Yo, VIPs. And we're back with part 2 of the Showdown with the Ultimate Racing League. My good golly gosh, last Sunday evening you couldn't get any more exciting, but we're going to try. We're coming back with another group of 1v1s. I am in the dark. I am starting the show before I got in on the draw for the track and the car, but I haven't. I don't know. We're going to try and get a race in early because our very own Slowpoke will be streaming this. This will be a dual stream evening for the Ultimate Racing League. Yes, it will be, sir. Yes, indeed. We're having 2 lobbies, and we're smashing through these 1v1s like they just ain't nothing. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a dual stream tonight. So if your guy you're looking for racing isn't in this group, then he should be over with Mark Wilson on his channel. So don't forget to subscribe to what he has got going on. Right then. So, there's a track up, but I don't know. Is it Interlagos? Is that where are we? Where do we say the track is? Yes, that's Interlagos. Could be the track. It's hard to say. Like I said, we're all in the dark here. Racing League's Facebook channel, so you can see it. Oh, deep breaths, people. Deep breaths. I got excited. So I believe the first fight, the first showdown on our cards is Slowpoke versus Aussie Rooster. I can see Aussie Rooster and I can see Slowpoke. I can see a track that looks very much like Interlagos because it is. I don't know if that's the track. So we're waiting to see the cars. They get a 2 laps practice, an out lap and an in lap, and then they will proceed straight to a 5 lap race. The Bazza is in the chat saying, hey buddy, looking forward to another fantastic stream. That's so kind of you to say. It was such a buzz last Sunday, and we've not got as many races because we're splitting it. We're splitting the spoils between 2 streams. Because there's too many races. We did, 9 races last week? And it was a 3-hour stream, ladies and gentlemen. That is beyond how we could expect you to sit there and watch YouTube for 3 hours. So, I mean, you can watch it in segments, I suppose. We've broken it down, and we have 5 races on the card. 5 races. So, to start us off, we will have Slowpoke and Aussie Rooster, like I have said. Hang on. I copied and pasted. Oh, I've copied and pasted the wrong bits. Let me get to the chat, 'cause it tells you what leagues they are in. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can post it in the chat. Someone's asked about stream. Here we go. So, hang on. I've got to scroll up. I copied and pasted, but they updated it afterwards, which had their leagues in it. So, here we go. So on tonight's card, we're going to have Slowpoke versus Aussie Rooster. Slowpoke, we know if you are a follower of this channel, he races in League 1. I've lost it again. Oh, for God's sake, what's going on? He races in League 1, and Aussie Rooster is League 3 now. I reckon this is including all promotions and demotions. So, Aussie Rooster, League 3. Then for race 2, we have the Bazza, who now is promoted to League 3, and Too Fast for use in League 2. We have Sophie Darren for race 3 for League 2, and Unforgiven, fresh in League of Champions. For race 4, we have Victor from fresh in the League of Champions with Wacky Racer, also League of Champions in race 4. Race 5, Motorstorm Hero from League 1, or promoted, I think, newly to League 1, and Phaser, who I think newly promoted to League 3. So, we have Slowpoke and Aussie Rooster sitting in their cars. Are they Aston Martins, by the way? I believe so. So it looks like it's going to be the Aston Martin around Brazil, Interlagos. How exciting. So we're just waiting. Oh, I can put all of this shenaz on. Shenaz and nizzle, mizzle my finizzle. And yeah, so there we go. Aussie Rooster versus Slowpoke. The first race we have on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. They get to go out for a 2 lap trial. They can try out their cars. And it looks like Slowpoke's had to take one straight off the shelf with 0 mileage on the clock. And Aussie Rooster looking like he's done a good whack of racing in his Aston Martin already. Will that have an effect? What I'm going to do is copy and paste that one with what leagues they're in. I am so technically advanced. Open one of these new ones. Do this. Click paste. There we go. So I thought we had a preliminary race, but it looks like that one's been dropped. It's been a lot of shuffling. The admins have had to earn their money today, ladies and gentlemen. There has been so much grand shuffling happening in the races. We did start with about 8, and we've whittled down to 5 in each lobby. Matt Psycho in the chat saying good evening, and Paul saying good luck, everyone. They're going to need it, man. Aston Martin, isn't that quite a tricky one? And Phaser giving us a huge wave. Hi, Phaser. We're looking forward to your race at the end. It's horrible having to wait to the end, isn't it? You've got to watch all these racing before. But get in the cars. All I can say is if you're staying in the lobby, spectate mode, in car, just learn what you can. Just get a grasp of what everyone's doing in their Aston Martins. And that's all you can do to distract yourself. You'll drive yourself mad sat there waiting and thinking about the race you have to come. I think Matt Psycho's joined the wrong room. I don't think he's in lobby 2. Is Matt Psycho? So they're taking the cars out now, ladies and gentlemen. This is so exciting. So yes, Slowpoke versus Aussie Rooster. Slowpoke from League 1, like I say, Aussie Rooster League 3. It's a David versus Goliath story there, but Slowpoke looks like he has no experience in the car whatsoever. He is taking a stock car out. And the real Osman in the chat saying, hola, drivers. And Phaser saying, I am very nervous. Man, don't sweat it. It just steady Eddie is the way to go, I think. Last week we saw some big names pushing hard. Someone without even under any pressure had loads of gap behind them and still had Noff. So anything can happen in these showdowns. Aussie Rooster in a fabulous looking, I'm sure it's an Aston Martin. I'm going with Aston Martin. Aston, I wouldn't want to drive it. There you go, Paul confirming it is not one of the funner cars to drive out there. And I think it's tight corners it's not very good at. So Interlagos, a tricky track. It's a tricky combo, the Aston on the Interlagos. So Slowpoke has had 1 lap practice so far. Aussie Rooster making his way around. And this is all they get, just the 2 laps to see their feel. And Slowpoke there feeling that first corner. That's going to be a big part of this race, I think, as they head down to the first corner. Who gets into that first corner is going to be able to control the race. The corners here quite easy to defend, but you know, easier than most corner tracks. They're nice and tight. You just have to get on the apexes, make the opposition go the long way around, and it's very tricky. You leave the door open coming into the braking zone, you're giving your opportunities to your opponent to be able to get his nose up there. And as soon as he's got his nose up there, you're in trouble. So yes, Brazil, tactically a very good track to defend at. But if you've got a car that understeers like a mother hubbard, then defense is the last thing on your mind. But getting into the corner probably is more important. So Slowpoke then getting a feel for the car. And yes, you can see the understeer issues already very apparent in the Aston Martin. He who brakes earliest may be the winner here. It may be all about getting on those brakes early doors, getting the car turned in, and then getting on an early accelerator out of the corners. And Aussie Rooster then bringing it around for his second practice lap, and then it will be race one of the Showdown. And then poor old Slowpoke's got to rush off and start his own stream. So that's what a way to start a stream. Hey, that's the I know those guys, Beefer. I forgot what they're called. Black Flag E-racers. Yeah, Black Flag E-racers. They're quite a big deal, you know. So that's those two, Aussie Rooster and Slowpoke, having their little saunter around, and we will now be building up for a showdown. In the blue, Aston Martin weighing in at 1 ton 5. It's Slowpoke and his opposition. In the white, Aston Martin weighing in at 1.5 ton. It's Aussie Rooster. Let the showdown commence. Oh, it's all up. Huh. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for the lights for our first of 5 races, a one-on-one, man-on-man. And we love a bit of man-on-man action, and a great start from Slowpoke. He absolutely pelted it away from the line there, and Slowpoke then gets into the first corner, and Aussie Rooster, takes it slightly easy off of the grid. He is hoping for a turtle and hare story here. Slowpoke absolutely taking no prisoners. He's got to get to a stream, you see. He hasn't got the time to hang about. And already building up a short lead on Aussie Rooster. Slowpoke showing why he is a force to be reckoned with in the League One. I know, I followed him for a season. He has a hiccup here and there, but man alive, he is a strong racer, although now it looks like Aussie Rooster not that far behind, taking a tighter line and closing in, and Aussie Rooster fancying it now against Slowpoke. We saw Slowpoke struggling with the front end of the Aston Martin through the tighter corners, and Aussie Rooster closing in, maybe feeling a little more comfortable. Maybe he has his brake bias set differently to get the front end of that car in, but they're maintaining at the moment the same distance, and Aussie Rooster pushing on as hard as he might to try and put some pressure on Slowpoke, and it's starting to work for him up the hill into the toe, ladies and gentlemen, getting a nice little pocket of no air resistance as they climb the hill, and he has one look there. He wants the inside, but Slowpoke knowing defense. He's gonna make Aussie Rooster go for the long way around. Can Aussie Rooster slow the car down a bit? It's looking good for Aussie Rooster, and he sneaks one through. And Slowpoke defending did nothing wrong, but Aussie Rooster took his balls out and showed them out off to all of us. But now Slowpoke right up there, right in his rear derriere, having a look, another toe job. And it's going to work for Aussie Rooster down on the brakes. No, I mean Slowpoke on the brakes, and he's up and ahead. Unbelievable racing here. We're having Dyson, ladies and gentlemen. Dyson for the first race. Unbelievable stuff. Aussie Rooster fancies coming back around the outside, but Slowpoke defending. And that is what it's about here at Interlagos. And whoa, what a dash up the inside. And Aussie Rooster tried to catch Slowpoke out there, but Slowpoke knows all of the games, knows all of the little ones around here, and he has everything to cover it off. So Aussie Rooster, though, absolutely making a true fight out of this. There may be 2 leagues dividing these guys, but at the moment it's tenths that's dividing them. It's so close, and Slowpoke Coming around, he's got a bit of breathing space now, but it's this part of the track that Aussie Rooster really does shine. Up the hill, he gets a better drive out of that last corner, gets a lovely toe as he comes up. And is Slowpoke going to try and defend? It didn't work for him last time. Will he give away the defensive line? No, he's still going it as Aussie Rooster still tries to get a toe. But this time I think Slowpoke enough ahead to keep control of the corner, and Aussie Rooster not working out for him this time. And Slowpoke still leads going into the third of 5 laps. And it's been an absolute cracker. Oh God, don't tell me my stream's not working. No, it's still working. It was frozen on my TV, my little light TV, my portable TV, my iPad. So Slowpoke still controls the race, but Aussie Rooster, like a nasty rash, seems to be appearing all over the back of Slowpoke. And Slowpoke under so much pressure here, but staying calm, collected. Like a 007, standing strong. And Slowpoke at the moment controlling the race. Beautiful stuff. Aussie Rooster giving it his all though. And the real Osman saying, what a bloody opener. Go on, lads. Cracking race, isn't it? So Slowpoke defending with all his might. And Aussie Rooster there again, closing in the braking zone. And it's around this corner that Aussie, oh, he's closer this time. And Aussie Rooster very much all over the back of Slowpoke. We know he's better out of the final corner. And with the toe, it could be Aussie Rooster taking the lead in the race if we are... Oh, and then we'll have a fight, won't we, for the final 2 laps. Here goes Aussie Rooster. He's going for that outside line again as Slowpoke defends. Is it enough? Aussie Rooster is too far. And it's Slowpoke. No, Aussie Rooster there. There's contact. Slowpoke's off. But it's a little lift there, I think, from Aussie Rooster. All fair. You've got to try, haven't you? And as long as he hasn't cheated him out of the move. And Slowpoke still leads. And Aussie Rooster, though, he's still fighting for it. He wants this piece of action. And Slowpoke defending like a lion in the blue and yellow Aston Martin, straight from the shelf, barely driven, bish bash bosh. Slowpoke throws it onto the track of Brazil and gives us a display of displays. And Aussie Rooster all up and in his business. He is fighting, ladies and gentlemen. This is dicing. The showdown has begun, part 2. Oh, could they be any closer coming around that corner? And Aussie Rooster trying to find space up the inside, and Slowpoke giving none. The door was slammed shut, my friend, and Aussie Rooster cannot. Give him a can opener, ladies and gentlemen, because he cannot find an opening in this race. Slowpoke has control. Paul in the chat saying, stream working fine. Thanks, bud. It must be my iPad having a fnizzle of the schnizzle. Rooster's coming again. Aussie Rooster on the move. And Slowpoke, he knows this first corner a big danger, but he's got a bit of space now. We're going into the final lap. It's all or nothing now for Aussie Rooster. And in all fairness, he's thrown all at him for the last 4 laps. What more can he find in this 5th and final lap? Slowpoke will be pleased to see the checkered flag, because man alive, he has had pressure today. He has had pressure all over the track, and Aussie Rooster flicking up the purples, maybe finishing second isn't anything anyway. You go on to another race to the left. The second people go to the left. So yeah, everyone carries on racing. It's a whole diagram. You should download it. It's on OneDrive. It's amazing. I like to stare at it. It's like one of those magic posters from the 90s. If you blur your eyes, you get to see a T-Rex in the middle in 3D. And Aussie Rooster now is absolutely slinging Aston Martin at Slowpoke. Oh, Slowpoke just fighting the front end of the Aston Martin. He just needs that front end to turn in, and it looks like it's going to come down to the final corner. Can Aussie Rooster do something special through here, carry a lot of speed? He's right up in there. It's going to be a side-by-side action as they come to the line. He is opting for no toe. He's got to go back in the toe. He hasn't got the oomph. He's trying to get some toe, but is it going to be a photo finish as they come up towards the line? And it looks like Slowpoke's done just enough, but it's very close, and it's Slowpoke comes through with Aussie Rooster 600ths of a second behind. My good golly gosh, ladies and gents, that's the showdown for you. And Slowpoke, oh, huge congratulations and good luck with your stream, brother. Have a good one. Unbelievable stuff. Fantastic racing from the pair of them. Before they change things, boop-a-doo. And here we go, there you go. Whoa, Aussie Rooster did get the fastest lap at the end of that. A 33.8 is the fastest we've seen here at Interlagos so far. Let's try and remember them as we go on. But what an absolute classic race there. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. So, as they wheel those Aston Martins out, we will get the other guys in. Race 2 on our card, ladies and gentlemen, is VRC Baza from newly promoted to League 3. Racing in my league now, Baza man. Yes. Versus URL Too Fast for Use, and he's in League 2, ladies and gentlemen. So Too Fast for Use, we've just seen join, and did we see him last week? Wayne G, he was in the prelims. I think we're in the final 32s now. There's no prelims here anymore. So yes, we have the Baz versus Wayne, but it's Too Fast for Use. I think we saw Too Fast for Use last week as well, having to sling car. He was slinging a BMW. I think he had the cartoon BMW. It was awesome. So again, the same rules apply. It's going to be the Aston Martins, and they get to do a outlap and an in-lap for practice to feel the car, to see how much understeer there really is, and then it will be a 5-lap showdown. More chat in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, our friend Adam, he's here all the time. I like Adam. Adam's a man. Evening all. Grahamad Ali saying, what a race. Well done, lads. Adam also saying, what a great race. And Brian the Mechanic saying, well done, guys. That was awesome stuff. It really was. And Grahamad Ali, I hear a rumour it's your birthday today. He's on hosting duties. Ladies and gents, working. The URL, look at that. Even on your birthday, you don't get a day off in the URL. And Grahamad Ali doing a fantastic job wheeling these sim racers in and out. He's juggling sim racers today, and that is a tricky job. Although Unforgiven's in the chat, and he's head sim race juggler. So oh, here we go. They're already out. I apologise. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're on their way out now. So yes, Aston Martins, oh no, they're bouncing in and out like yo-yos. They're practicing the pit lane exit that they don't use at all throughout any of this showdown. Excuse me, s'il vous plaît. And Adam in the chat saying happy birthday, Grahamad Ali. There you go. That is a beautiful looking Aston Martin there from Too Fast for Use. Big fan of the Lucky Strike livery, I have to say. And Wacky Racer wants to get in on the action, but you're going to have to wait, lads. Come on, chill your boots, Wacky Racer. Yeah, I know you're excited, but come on. You're racing later. And there we go. We've got the Bazinator looking absolutely fine in black and gold. and I'm here for it. Beautiful stuff there. What a race we have lined up for you here. And Bazza has been in the chat all week, making comparisons of his race against Too Fast for Use is like it's not even a race because the Bazza can't keep up with him. But as we've seen before in these showdowns, ladies and gents, these 1v1s, anything can happen. It's not a foregone conclusion when they set go. 5 laps, you know, anything is bound to happen. So Too Fast there getting his first lap underway, and I mean the man on the clock says 1,260 miles. I think he knows an Aston Martin. I think he knows it well. And there's a few miles on Bazza's Aston Martin. These guys know their cars. Come on. These guys know their vehicles. Koppenberg Black. Oh, yeah. So, yes. They're both veterans in their vehicles. They know the Aston Martins and its quirks. So these guys are going to be... It's just about the skills. The pressure we've seen. If you can get your nose ahead, it's very difficult to get by here at Interlagos. So it's a technical track with a lot of tight turns, and if you defend well, then you can make it very, very difficult for your opponent, and things like that can happen so easily. Putting a wheel astray here at the Brazilian track, and there is a Bazza. Oh, he's looking mighty fine, it has to be said. I am on board with that livery. Yummy. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. So they're coming around now to finish that final practice lap. Graham Ali saying thanks, man. And Racer Brown saying hello, long time no hear. Oh, you cheeky bugger, Racer Brown. I'm on every week. I'm here all week, every week. The only reason you haven't heard me is because you haven't tuned in. No, honestly, it's nice to see you, man, in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Oh, God, the hot brew's good. The hot brew is good. So then, for race 2 on the card this evening for Showdown Part 2, we have in the black and gold Aston Martin, VRC Bazza, and he will be facing in the Lucky Strike Aston Martin URL Too Fast for Use. Gentlemen, make your way to the starting line so we can get the showdown. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Wrap yourself in for a 5-lap, absolute hot gun, testosterone-filled, pure adrenaline race between Too Fast and the Bazzanator. Here we go then. And he said it's a good start from Waney. It looked like Bazza also was off to a cracking start, but Waney, I think, just pipped it on the start there, and he is into that first corner, and Bazza just wants to get that pressure on to Too Fast. But Too Fast, we saw, I believe, last week in the Beamers, he did pull away nice and steadily, but I am sure it was him that made the mistake and nearly threw it all away. He's trying to get some heat into his tyres, giving it a wiggle down the straight. Bazza following around, getting that toe, getting a better line, I believe, through turn 3, or whatever turn we want to call that. I don't know how many you count at the top of the hill. And yeah, Waney getting a little skid going on there, a little understeer going through there, and that's given Bazza an opportunity to close right up. And Bazza sandbagging all week in the chat, saying this race is absolutely pointless. There is no reason whatsoever that he could beat the Too Fast, and Too Fast at the moment showing a little bit of understeer, a little bit of slide under his Aston Martin, and the Bazzanator taking the crowd by surprise and going for the attack on Too Fast. Cracking racing here so far. We had an unbelievable first race, and I imagine now Slowpoke has his stream up and running, so you can see the action from Lobby 2 by now, I am sure. Look for Mark Wilson on on YouTube. He's probably logged it into Facebook as well. I can't iterate enough. Just follow URL Ultimate Racing League on Facebook. All the information is all there. Bazza then over a second behind now, but he is still in the game. It's not over. Nowhere near, but Wayne, Too Fast is getting a comfortable run at the moment. I say comfortable, I imagine I'll have a private message saying there was nothing comfortable about that run. And Bazza kept it on me the whole way. So Too Fast pushing here at Interlagos, trying to get further away from the Bazza. And Bazza not relenting. The VRC, if you're wondering, I believe, is the Virtual Racers Club. Another sim racing group. They are awesome. Check them out. And I think they've had a couple of members roll through the Ultimate Racing League. Oh, there we go. Too Fast making a huge mistake there. And Bazza gets himself up there. A little contact, but I don't think that was anything purpose for Lee. I just think Too Fast didn't quite have control of his car. And the Baz, come on then, Bazza. The David and Goliath story unfolding in front of our very eyes, and Bazza who thunk he had no chance here, and you never know, I say you never know what can happen in 5 laps when you don't know the car that well, but these two do seem to know the car. But when you just dropped right into a race with no practice, it's a tricky situation, and Bazza at the moment has done the deed, and he has gone beyond. I think he's matched the fastest lap from the race before as well, wasn't it? Rooster did a 33.8. So Bazza on fire, and Too Fast now just has to get his head down, get some smashing laps in. There is still 3 laps there available, including this one, to try and edge up to the back of the Baz and put some pressure underneath the Belgium. But at the moment he is holding on strong in his Aston Martin, looking absolutely fabulous over the chicanes, over the apexes, sorry, and holding his own, holding ground. Too Fast there, he's pushing on, he's pulled a 10th in, but that's a lot around here at Interlagos. And I said the one in front he can control as long as there's no mistakes. And Bazza pushing. He's not only just trying to stay ahead, he is pushing on, ladies and gentlemen, in his Aston Martin and driving like a legend. Too Fast is closing in. He's pulled a couple of tenths in on the Baz at the moment. And they go into lap 4, 2 laps remaining in this race, and Bazza is holding on to that lead just about from Too Fast. Too Fast pushing on after a small mistake, going wide in the hairpin, giving Bazza an opportunity to close in and get by. And Bazza took that opportunity, and my oh my, a 32.9 from the Baz last time around, and a 33.2 from Too Fast. This is a race, ladies and gentlemen. Warren might be overdriving the car somewhat now. He really looks like he's pushing on and losing more time. Oh, he's picked up a penalty. I thought I saw him going slightly wide in that corner, and Bazza can take a breather if he knew that the Too Fast has picked up a half a second penalty there, and Bazza then just has to keep it clean, keep it lean, my love. And you too could go and see the checkered flag with a slow poke. And Racer Brown saying, come on Bazza, let's go. And Adam saying, another close race. They are tight, these ones on this card today. And Bazza then absolutely blooming when it matters. Unbelievable stuff here from Bazza, not a foot wrong so far, and he has come away 1.5 seconds still going into the final lap, and is going to take a lot a lot for Too Fast to get back into this race. He's paid the penalty and now he's over 2 seconds behind Bazza on the final lap. It's Bazza's to throw away rather than Too Fast to win. And Bazza, all he has to do is stay between the white lines on that grey stuff, and victory could be his here in race 2 of the Showdown. And Too Fast, though, nothing can be taken away from him. Absolutely rapid driver, and he's going to try and get the fastest lap out of this one, it would seem, which Bazza's holding at the moment, 32.9. I believe that's the fastest we've seen so far this evening out of the 2 racers. Whoo-wee, ladies and gents. What a treat so far to the first 2 racers. And an upset, a huge upset. League 3, freshly promoted. You want to watch out, League 3 boys. Bazza is on the scene, and he is not to be diced with. He is to be taken seriously, ladies and gentlemen. So Bazza, from absolutely nowhere, comes in and he represents the Virtual Racers Club with honours. When he gets back to their Discord, I hope they're all going to give him a huge pat on the back. Big Vodka Rob in the chat saying, good evening, sir. How the devil are you? I am pumped. It's another showdown. I could do showdowns until the apocalypse, my friend, which apparently Russia are trying to bring on early, so it won't take too long. And there you go. Bazza takes the win, and Too Fast in second place. What a showdown we had there, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute cracker. Well done to VRC Bazza. Great race. And that's you just commiserations to Too Fast. It's just the way it goes, I'm afraid. And there you go. But Too Fast did get that fastest lap with a 32.4. 32.4. Everyone remember that. That's the fastest so far. We'll try and keep track of it. Oh wow! I'm rinsed already. 2 races, and I am absolutely simmed up to the eyeballs. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, well done to Bazza, and commiserations to Too Fast for use. Beautiful racing from the pair of you. So, next on the card, ladies and gentlemen, coming all the way from League 2, we have Sophie Darren. And she will be versus... They will be racing, freshly promoted to the League of Champions, URL Unforgiven. So, oh, no, maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't look like Sophie Darren's in the chat. I wasted a big build-up on 2 people that, well, Unforgiven's here. But it looks like we've got Bri the Mechanic. I haven't even got Brian Mechanic and Wacky Racer. Oh, I have. Oh, Brian the Mechanic is Victor. No, he's not, is he? Brian Mechanic and Unforgiven. Oh, is Brian Mechanic Sophie Darren? That could be a possibility. So many names. So many names. So, yes, Sophie Darren, it looks like they are Bri the Mechanic. What will I call them? I quite like calling them Sophie. Like the AI in GT7. Bri the Mechanic and Unforgiven then go out. And it looks like Bri the Mechanic / Sophie Darren have got a stock car off of the box. And he's gone for the nice green elf one rather than the blue and yellow. Interesting. So never turned the wheel before in this Aston Martin. Unforgiven. Oh, hello. That is fresh off of the out the box, but he's managed to slap a paint job on that bad boy, and I am here for it. It is nice. So Bri the Mechanic, League 2, I believe. And this is race 3. This is we're on track so far. Well done to the admins. And yes, so Brian the Mechanic, League 2
Wasn't expecting that.
versus Unforgiven, who is freshly gone up to League of Champions. The Bazza in the chat. Look at you, Bazza. Look at you. That's a nice reef. Well done. Wasn't expecting that. Well, that is the beauty of the showdowns, my friend. The ultimate showdowns. It's anything can happen. Anything can happen. There's a lot of pressure out there for 5 laps. Mistakes abound. So there we go. Brian the Mechanic then. He's out for his first practice lap. He's moving on to his second. Unforgiven as well. And he's had some wins this season, or at least one win in the League 1. I've been following League 1. If you know my channel, you will know that we have been following League 1. And Unforgiven having an absolute solid campaign this season, finding enough. I believe he finished second in the championship to go up and face off with the League of Champion boys. And yes, so I don't know, a lot of unknowns for Unforgiven next season. What he's going to face, is it going to be an absolute trouncing, or is he going to be able to swim with the big fish? Bry the Mechanic. Is an unknown for me. I haven't followed any of his races. I couldn't say what to expect here with Unforgiven, but like I said, it really, even if you're not as fast as your opponent, I don't think it really matters in a 5-lap showdown. There are so many other things that could be taken into account, especially at a track like this, in a car like this. So yes, that's their 2 laps then. We'll be taking it to the track here. Unforgiven versus Bry the Mechanic. Who will come out on top? This is exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be said. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Going into race 3. I can't believe we've only got 5 races. We're getting ebbed up. We're all about warmed up. Don't forget, there's another stream. If what's on our card here at Thingamajig Racing Channel is not enough for you, you can go and look for Mark Wilson's YouTube channel, and there'll be another 5 or 6 races I think he's got on his card. So here we go then. Brian Mechanic versus Unforgiven. When the lights go green, they go mean. It's time, and Brian Mechanic to a good start there. Very nice, very nice. He's going to hit the first corner first, and Unforgiven is going to have a uphill job from now on. Oh, he's having a look early doors. He knows it's not good to be stuck behind here at Interlagos, and Brian the Mechanic needs to make that Aston Martin as wide as he can, and yes, keep that windscreen clean. That's what I say. Let's keep those windscreen wipers are working as you're going on, and oh, a nice little punt into the corner from Unforgiven, and it's a lovely little speed boost given to Brian the Mechanic there. Thank you very much. He found half a second after Unforgiven giving him a little love pump into the corner. Obviously Unforgiven felt that his braking was incorrect there and wanted to adjust that braking for him and said, come on, you can brake later than that, go on. So Brian the Mechanic then leading and pulling away from Unforgiven.
Face blowing the kiss face with tears of joy.
And Unforgiven is... Oh, Brian Mechanic's lost the back end, and this is the problem with the Aston Martin. And Unforgiven gets through. Unbelievable stuff, and Brian Mechanic gets back on the track. It isn't too bad. Not too bad. It's not a terrible... He didn't spin around, face the wrong way, and lose a hatful of seconds, but 2 seconds adrift now. He has got a big job to do. Vodka Rob in the chat saying little love tap with some kissy face emojis. And yeah, Brian the Mechanic now has a mountain. Oh gosh, what happened? Oh come on, there you go. So Unforgiven 2.2 seconds ahead of Brian Mechanic. We're on the second lap. And Brian the mechanic just pushing a little hard into the corner there. So here we go then, having a look. Brian the mechanic coming up to the hairpin, braking as you would. Everything looks good, and he just... I can't even call that one. It may have been just a little too much acceleration, but a great save from Brian the mechanic there to get it back on the track without losing too much time. Unforgiven then, not too much pressure for him. He can just concentrate on his race lines and make his way around to the checkered flag, hopefully with no dramas, Llama, because Brian the mechanic has got all the work to do and all the pushing to do. And Unforgiven can just chillax out in front. Oh, but don't forget, they're all going for the fastest lap of the evening. They're sim racers, ladies and gentlemen. They can't help their little selves. So pushing is part of it. And Unforgiven will not be taking it easy whatsoever. He is going to be on it to try and... what was our fastest lap so far? 22.9? 23.9? I can't remember now. Maybe a 33.9. Oh, terrible. I should have wrote it down. Brian the mechanic. He's pushing on a 33.6 next to Unforgiven's 33.1. It's just a little too much there for Bright to try and pull back, methinks. But Unforgiven pushing for the fastest lap of the evening. He may come unstuck. Already up to 3 seconds ahead of Bry the mechanic. And this race started so well for Brian the mechanic, but the back end just being a little unnatural to him. And it bit him as it went into the corner. Both of these don't really know the Aston Martin. They're both driving Aston Martins fresh out of the box. And yes, this is what can happen when you don't know your car very well. And again, the Aston Martin trying to kill Bry. And it doesn't like that corner for Brian. He likes to get on the accelerator nice and early, and the Aston Martin is not happy with that situation. But he has pulled a bit of time into Unforgiven. I don't know if Unforgiven has dropped a bit of time somewhere around as he comes up to lap 4. 2 more laps to go. 2 more chances for Unforgiven. Plenty more chances for Unforgiven to sling it off. I've seen Unforgiven do some strange things in League One. So he's not unfathomable. And Vodka Rob saying easy to lose the back end at this track. Oh yeah, it's undulating, isn't it? Undulating. Arriba. It's yes. It's up and down. It's all over the shop. And Brian the mechanic, really, he's doing a super job. He's got the fastest lap of the race so far. Oh, it's tight, isn't it? 33.066 from Unforgiven that last time around. 33.012 for Bry the mechanic. Is nothing in it between them. It's a shame that Bry had the loose back end coming out of the hairpin. This is it. This is the corner that I think Brian's not comfortable with. And again, he gets through it this time. Absolutely solid. He's learning. He is growing, ladies and gentlemen, in front of our very eyes. But he's really hoping that Unforgiven makes a mistake at this point in the race. It's hard to pull back the time. He's matching his times, but he really does need Unforgiven to come a little bit a cropper somewhere around here, and it's not looking that it's going to happen for Unforgiven. He's doing a super solid job. Oh my god, all these cameras are all fixed, didn't they? The Interlagos need to buy themselves a drone. So Unforgiven then coming up towards the line. He gets fastest lap 32.5. I'm not sure that is the fastest. I think Bazza did a 32.4, or Too Fast did a 32.4. I'm changing the rules. And the distance between the two of them still exactly the same. They're matching each other's lap times. It is such a shame for Brian the mechanic that the back end went on the Aston Martin, because there is nothing between these two drivers. They are matched on pace, it would seem. And poor Bry there was robbed of a very close race, I believe. from the evil Aston Martin Corporation and the Strolls. They should be taken out and burnt, especially their children. Well, at least one of them, the boy, the one they call Lance. So, Bry then, Unforgiven leading this one. Race 3, looks like it goes to Unforgiven. And taking nothing away from Brian the Mechanic there, he matched Unforgiven on pace and speed all the way through this race. But it was just the Strolls that destroyed his hopes and dreams, as you usually find these big families do. So Unforgiven then coming up towards the line to take a win from race 3, and Brian the Mechanic can hold. Oh, he got the fastest lap at the end there with a 32.4, I think matching the fastest lap in the race before. So super stuff. And the real Osman saying URL with a big hench fisty thing. Well done to Unforgiven. Great drive, great drive. You're right. It's the only ones winning in this is the Ultimate Racing League, because there has been some fine racing. So there you go. There are the results for race 3. Unforgiven going through, and Brian the Mechanic, absolutely nothing between the pair of them except for one small mistake, which obviously, let's face it, was Lawrence Stroll's fault. And Brian the Mechanic then can blame everything on him. Brilliant stuff then. Amazing. So, looking forward to race 4. God, we're getting through these. Man alive, it was a 3-hour stream last time. This one's going to be like a half an hour. We're going to be done before we even started. Hoo-wee. So, race 5 races isn't going to be enough for me, guys. Can we just round up some random sim races to do some more racing after? So, let's have a look then. Race 4, I know him well. It's Victor. And he was League 1, but he's now fresh to the League of Champions versus Wacky Racer, who I think got promoted to the League of Champions the season before. So he's had a season in the League of Champions, and he's still in the League of Champions. So I'm guessing things didn't go too bad for him. Oh, wowzers. It's been good. It's been good. I want more races. Is there anyone else out there? Yes, come on, Bry. Stop emailing Lawrence Stroll and get off the track. It's time for Victor and Wacky Racer to shine. Senore Victor. And it's not going to worry. I know Victor's got a bit of an issue with rubber. He doesn't like his tyres. He wants to destroy them as quickly as he possibly can during a race. But that's not going to matter in a 5-lap race. This is going to be perfect for him. I'm telling you. Brian the Mechanics, that's a long email, mate. Come on. You can't use that many expletives in one. Google will just take that out. Real Osman 31.7 to beat Wacky Boy. So Real Osman's done a 31.7 in the other group. So at least we've got a good idea. I know he's doing a protest now, is Brian the Mechanic. He sat on the track with a bunch of those oil protesters. He will not leave. We're going to have to get the police involved in this one. He's gone for a fag or something, and he just left himself logged into the track. It's going to be a room reset. Muhammad Ali has joined in a NSX concept. Things are going wild out there now. And Motorstorm Hero is asking where the party chat be at. Where the party chat be at? And we're still waiting for Bry to leave. He has. Now Muhammad Ali can take that Honda out of the way. So Wacky Racer and Victor can get themselves up to the plate. Oh, and Bry has left the room altogether. He's done. In disgust. There's a lot of action in the messenger. I try not to look in there because it's just smut usually, so I avoid it. Seems okay so far. It's just talking about rescheduling. Man alive, you haven't seen so much rescheduling in a day. It is amazing. Those poor admins today. And I think one of them's been having an absolute mare of a time, and has been trying to get not too involved in it all because he's got his own stuff to deal with, and then it's a mess. This is what running a sim group is like. They're like children, very old children. Like I said, they're juggling sim races all day, every day. Did I even save the replay from that last race? It says I have. Okay. Let's get in there then. Bri the Mechanic in the chat. Oh no. Did I say something? Oh no. Sorry guys. Got into a phone call with a certain LS, eh? Was you ringing Aston Martin's customer service department? I want to complain about your loose back end in the Aston Martin. How many cars we got in? Victor and Wacky Racer. And these two look like they are fresh off of the stock shelf. I don't think either of these guys... Oh, hello. We've got... Motorstorm wants to have a piece as well. Motorstorm's like eager to go. Motorstorm's like, no, I want to race. Motorstorm, wait your turn, my friend. You're next. You're next after these guys. You are fighting Phaser. And you've had poor old Phaser in a tither for the last hour and a half. So, a Wacky Racer from the League of Champions. Victor... Not your turn. Says, and Victor, who's going up to the League of Champions. This is a good test. A good acid test for Signore Victor to where the pace and the speed is in the League of Champions. And Vodka Rob saying we never really fully grow up, do we? No. No. Oh, yeah, someone asked my wife and she answered as well. She said no. No? What makes you think I haven't grown up? Is it that I'm sat next to this plastic steering wheel? Or I'm talking at the TV about a bunch of grown men playing computer games? What's not grown up about that? It's the same as what 16 and 14-year-olds do. She makes a point, ladies and gents. I don't know, I can't argue about that. If you could put a good argument in the chat for me to come back, she always wins. And don't let Mrs. Thingy win. Come back with, give me something to come back with that having all of these toys doesn't make me a child. I would appreciate that, thank you. Someone's put cushions. What about cushions? What, the infestation that started in the living room and now is in the bedroom? It doesn't make you childish, but it makes some sort of mental weird disturbance about your head and cushions. How many heads do you have? Okay. So, sorry, I'm getting distracted. A Wacky Racer and a Victor out there. Both in identical cars. So, luckily for me, I've been doing this a while, so I can tell the difference between the drivers. It says it on the screen, so it's easy to find out. Although when they're side by side, should I put the names on? The names look dash though, don't they? It looks gash as hell. I don't know. I'm not putting names above their heads. They don't deserve that. So, Victor.
Hi, thingamajig, thumbs up.
Oh, we might have an argument. Someone's coming up one. Of why I'm not grown up. Oh no, they're just saying hi thingamajig. Aha! Stuart says it's better than Strictly. Ooh. Oh, dearie me. All men would agree with him. All of us men/boys would agree with him.
Congratulations to Slowpoke.
Adam saying, would she prefer you to spend your money on the actual race car?
Yes, I'd drive it.
Oh, she'd drive it, she says. And Andrew saying, congratulations to Slowpoke for beating me. Race 1, it's Rooster. Hello, Rooster. Great racing though, Rooster. Unbelievable. You were all over. You two opened up the show with an absolute spectacle. We started with a high bar. So Wacky Racer and Victor, both League of Champions. Although Victor technically hasn't turned a wheel in the League of Champions yet, he is still part of that championship. In January, I believe it commences. Oh, it's going to be so... we've got so far to wait for our Sunday night racing. How long are these 1v1s going to be going for? All through December? That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? So, Wacky Racer has had his 2 practice laps, as has Signore Victor. Look at them, they've gone for it. 33-0 Victor got in that one. Ooh, baby, this one might be tight. This one could be tight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to put the names on, aren't we? We're not going to know which one's which, are we? Chuffing heck. You could have at least just painted it black or something. Let me have a look. Oh, ooh, by gum. Ooh, be gum. I like to try and get it as sim as possible, realistic looking as possible, so big names flying above their heads looks strange. But here we go then. Race 4 on the cards, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be treated to an absolute cracking race by Victor in the blue and yellow Aston Martin versus Wacky Racer in the blue and yellow Aston Martin. Take your places. And here we see them on the grid. 5 laps of pure, absolute pedal to the metal racing. No worries of fuels, no worry of tyre wear. It's just about who is fastest and when. And it's a go here. Oh, it's a slow start from the pair of them. A little pause as the lights went. And it's Victor now leading from Wacky Racer. These guys are very, very swift drivers indeed. And Victor, at the moment, like I said, he who is in front controls the race. It is easier to defend around Interlagos than most tracks. And but it is easier at Interlagos to make a mistake at most tracks also. So at the moment though, Victor doing an absolute stand-up job against Wacky Racer. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what TLR I do try and or ROH stand for. If I recognise the initials and I know the group, I'll give them a shout out. Always happy to give other groups a shout out. So much work and effort goes into these things. Any of these groups deserve a call out. But it's Victor at the moment leading his race. But Wacky Racer has closed in lovely to the back of Victor. And it's only lap 1 of 5, and there is still a lot more to come here. And we were seeing in the second race this final corner being very important to getting a good drive out of it and getting the toe up the straight to go on the attack in the first corner. And at the moment, Victor is holding fast ahead of Wacky Racer. And Wacky Racer and Victor is nothing between it. Their pace is pretty much similar. And it's down to mistakes here. Wacky Racer sending it large in that final corner. I mean the first corner, sorry. To try and close the gap, but it's not worked for him. And Victor now edging away from Wacky Racer. And the League of Champions is looking good for Victor next season. He's already beaten one of them on track. Fantastic stuff. And Signore Victor, though, many a time in League One. I don't want to cause any kind of curse or whatsoever, but we've seen him in League One at least twice with an easy win in his grasp, and him to lose the car. So he is a pusher. Even when things are in the bag, he still pushes on. And that is where things go awry. But at the moment, Signor Victor is doing a perfect job in the Aston Martin ahead of Wacky Racer. And Wacky Racer then, all he can do is lay down what he's got and hope to put some pressure on Victor. so we can see one of Victor's famous spins, LA spins. And Wacky Racer then coming up the hill, 1.5 seconds adrift of Victor, and I just don't think he needs Victor to make a mistake here. There's nothing he can do. Victor at 32.5, but we've heard the other lobby have had a 31.7, so 32.5 is slow next to some guys, it would seem. Wacky Racer then, 1.5 seconds. Where can he find it? 3 laps in, 2 laps to go, and at the moment Victor is doing a solid job. No sweats given here for Victor. He's holding the lead and he's maintaining a beautiful strong job. The tyres are sliding away underneath him, but he has full control. This is a part of the track we've seen a few come a little bit of cropper out, but no problem for Victor. Beautiful line through there and up to the next hairpin, and everything is sweet for Victor at the moment. Well, Wacky Racer is starting to close in. Wacky Racer is getting his tyres right in the perfect zone of heat, and he is coming back at Victor, it would seem. Victor just ticking off the boxes and doing everything he needs to do, braking in the perfect zones, getting his front wheels onto those apexes, and driving the Aston Martin how it likes to be driven. I think it's a smooth driving car. It doesn't like to be ragged. It's got a bit of understeer when you start fighting it into the corners. But at the moment, Victor driving it like it is part of him. Unbelievable stuff. He's not pulling... Oh, I thought that was off the track. But Wacky Racer is doing all he can to put the pressure on Victor. But Victor is just cruising away in his Aston Martin. We're on the penultimate lap here. And Wacky Racer, all he can do is push and hope to close in on Victor, but I think we found a track that Victor is very comfortable on. He looks very comfortable. And again, Victor just cruising, keeping that distance from Wacky Racer. And you feel that this one, Victor has got all tied up quite neatly. And I think Wacky Racer, nothing he could have done in this one. He's just found Victor on his day in the plus zone. He's on it like a car bonnet. And we know Wacky Racer, an absolutely swift driver in the League of Champions. No slouch for sure. And this one, I am looking forward to seeing these two battling it out every Sunday evening in the new year. This is 25 is looking very tidy indeed. Look at that, 32.4 from Victor. Wacky Racer 32.4 also. Nothing between the pair of them. And Victor then keeping his laser focus out in front of his car to make sure Wacky Racer can't come back and give him any kind of grief whatsoever. And yeah, I tell you, I don't know if we've announced it yet. I think the commentators have been put in the rooms what they're commentating in, so I think people know. Yeah, I'm doing League of Champions next season. I am so chuffed. I am looking forward to it, I must say. So I'll be getting to talk about Victor, Wacky Racer, Toby, Bailey, Unforgiven on a weekly basis. I'm such a lucky boy. So lucky. I can't believe it. So this next coming season for the Ultimate Racing League here on Thingamajig's Racing Channel, we'll be covering the League of Champions. I can't wait. And Victor, who's going to be a big part of that league, is coming up now to take a win in race 4 of the Showdown, the Ultimate Racing League's 1v1 championship. And it's Victor who takes the spoils. And really, there was nothing in it between the pair of them. Wacky Racer comes in second, a 31.9 from Wacky Racer in the end. But we've heard rumour from the other group that they've had a 31.7. So well done, Victor. Great driving there. Unbelievable stuff. Well, I don't know why I'm saving that. It's not going to be the thumbnail, is it? So Wacky Racer at the end getting that absolutely cracking final lap in. But he needed to do them by lap 2 and onwards to fight Victor, who's done an absolute super job. Great driving from the pair of them. Absolutely cracking stuff. So it brings us on to our final race, I believe. Our final race of the evening, which is Motorstorm Hero. I have had the pleasure of racing, and not racing with him, racing in a league with him. He was down in League 3 a couple of seasons ago, but he absolutely barnstormed that one. And I think he's gone flying through League 2, and now he'll be driving in League 1 next season. And he's fighting another very fast one, Phaser, who's, I think, gone from League 4 to League 3 almost instantly. So, yes, Phaser is our David in this one. Motorstorm Hero. I mean, the last time I saw Motorstorm Hero, he was unbeatable. There was someone called Dyson in the league with him, and Motorstorm Hero and Dyson going at it throughout the season was an absolute bless. It was a blessing from the sim gods. Them two fought hard, and they fought fair. So Phaser is in his car. We're waiting for Motorstorm Hero. He's just he's got about 4 women with him. He's just making his way through them all, giving them all a little hug and a kiss. Now he's in the car, and it looks like the Monster Inc. mobile from here, or whatever Scooby-Doo's car was. But we will see. Oh, I've got to turn that crap off as well. There we go. So Phaser, another Belgian. We saw Barry Baza. He was a big surprise in race 2. Can Phaser make the big surprise for the final race here? And Phaser League 3, and we've got Motorstorm Hero League 1, freshly promoted to League 1, I believe. And it is the Scooby-Doo car, the Mystery Machine, not the Monsters Inc. machine. Monsters Inc.'s a totally different program, isn't it? It's that green pea with a big eye. Mike, yeah, that's it. Yeah, but that's Monsters Inc., isn't it? Yeah. I called the Mystery Machine the Monsters Inc. machine. So, a Monster Storm. Oh my God. Good job we're only doing 5 races, isn't it? I've gone to pot already. The whiskey's talking. The whiskey's taking effect, ladies and gentlemen. And we are now going into the phase of the race where I can't talk. So Motorstorm Hero and Phaser in a dubby. Oh yeah, Dubby and Eldridge Air Conditioning, big sponsors of the Ultimate Racing League. Look, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't want to start the stream with the sponsor when most people watch. I like to wait until everyone's left for when I start talking about the sponsors. So coming up to this final race, let's not forget that if this could not happen if it's not for the people that hold up the Ultimate Racing League, and that is the people with the money, and that is Dubby Energy Drinks and Eldridge Air Conditioning. I think everybody's trophies will soon be getting sent off to them for their league wins. So thank you very much. Motorstorm Hero then, oh my word, I mean, Phaser has been saying he's been nervous about this race, and I tried talking him down at the beginning of the stream, if you'd heard, just saying, yeah, you'll be cool, anything can happen. But now he's not listening, he's on the track, man alive, Motorstorm's going to absolutely destroy him. I'm sorry, Phaser, but the man is a machine. He goes beyond driving. He's like that really awful film that when he's driving away from the police, he can see all the brake lines and then like he's got that bad film. That's Motorstorm. That's how he drives in real life. He's got the hood on in real life. He sees the hood. And so, Phaser. Phaser, you never know. He might have an off. Motorstorm might throw it off. There might be a glitch in the system. But, you know, the mothership might stop communicating with this alien and he might have an off. But all the time he has a connection to the mothership, I am afraid Motorstorm Hero is going to absolutely destroy all Earthlings. So that's it. That's their second lap of practice. Motorstorm Hero 34.1, not the fastest we've seen. 34.6 from Phaser. And that is it now. They've got used to their Aston Martins, and this is it. This is the final race of the evening. We're going to have it all wrapped up by 10 past 8, it would seem. This has been a beautiful short stream, but if they'd done the whole lot, we would have been here all night. So they've split it between two, so maybe for me it's a short stream, but for you guys, you've got a whole other stream to watch with Mark Wilson. Don't forget to go find him, search him, look for him. Go to Facebook of the Ultimate Racing League. He's probably posted his video on there, and then you can watch the other parts of the race. I think this is like the final 32. I think there was a preliminary race in there, but I think our one got dropped. I don't know if theirs did. So here we go then, a Motorstorm Hero versus Phaser, and let's see how it goes. Motorstorm Hero, like I said, is an absolute machine. He's an alien. And a lot of wheel spin from Motorstorm Hero, but he's done well to pull away, and Phaser easing it off of the grid. And Motorstorm Hero meaning to go on as he has, and he is absolutely dousing those corners. Phaser 1.2 seconds already, and Motorstorm Hero though lit the wheels up off of the grid, didn't he? He really meant it. And if he's not careful, if he pushes like this, then he also, as we saw in the first race with Too Fast for Use, he may have an off and give Phaser a huge opportunity to take the lead here, or even pick up penalties. He's edging the corners. He is pushing the boundaries to the limit, is a Motorstorm Hero around here. So it wouldn't be difficult to pick up a little half-second penalty. Here we go. Whoa, he made that slide work for him, didn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Did he use his handbrake there? I thought he was gone. I thought he was off. But Phaser will be pleased to see that sort of action. And yes, the back end of Motorstorm Hero, I don't know, helped by handbrake but the back end very slidey on that Aston Martin. But at the moment, holding his ground against Phaser. Phaser though following him through. Phaser, he's not playing around. Oh, that was one of the races. Biggie was going to be on the card, and I think he had to pull. Oh, I love to watch Biggie race. So Motorstorm Hero leads this final race here, with Phaser chasing him down. And don't forget, even if they come second in this race, it's not a loss. It just means they move to the left column, and they go to race the other lefties. And the winners go to the right and race the other winners. So there is no losers, just more racing. And that is all you could ever do in life, is hope for more racing. So Phaser chasing down Motorstorm Hero, but like I said, the connection is strong to the mothership here. And Motorstorm Hero, his destination is the League of Champions. He's just got the League One to get through. And I've seen that League One, my friend. It's going to be a tough one. Some very strong and fast people in there. So Motorstorm Hero, he's gonna have to pull out something special next season. And as we're seeing here, he's doing a super job. But Phaser, to say there are leagues apart, and Phaser only just fresh into the URL, I believe. He hasn't been around long. He's coming up against the best and holding his own. Holding his own, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is with Phaser, Motorstorm Hero's probably got wind that the best from the other lobby was 31.7, and he will not stop. And poor old Phaser asking a little bit too much from the Aston Martin into the first corner, and Motorstorm Hero now can really concentrate on those fastest laps to see if anyone, does anyone know what the fastest are in the other lobby? Possibly. He would be watching both. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? So Motorstorm Hero, I mean, we've heard rumour 31.7 to be his our camera angle. But Motorstorm Hero edging away from Phaser. We saw Phaser having a little issue into the first corner.
I have GT7.
But other than that, he has done an absolute cracking job. 7. But no Facebook. Can I get involved next season? This looks a lot of fun. Of course you can. Of course you can, Adam. We will. I don't know how though. yes. We'll work out a way. Can you message on YouTube? There is a Discord, but they barely use it. I'm in their Discord, but they very rarely ever use it. So just like. Are you my friend on my PSN is Thingamajig 76. Used to be VRC Thingamajig. I was going to say VRC Thingamajig, but I've changed it. Yeah, my username's Thingamajig 76. Look for us in your PSN and add us, and then I'll send you messages. You send me messages, and then we will work out a way for you to join. Because the Ultimate Racing League have a sort of like a PSN messaging thing as well, so I'm sure through that alone you can do it. So Motorstorm Hero 7.5 seconds ahead of Phaser, but Phaser's lap times absolutely would hold up against anyone else. It's the unfortunate draw he had with Motorstorm Hero, who, like I said, as long as he's got a connection to the mothership. Oh, did I speak too soon? I think 8 seconds is enough to get himself dusted off and going again. But his tyres will be dirty. Here comes Phaser, and it's going to be tight at the end here as they come into the final lap. But Motorstorm Hero seems to have done enough, but don't forget his tyres will either be A, cold, or B, dirty. Dirty tyres. Mucky tyres. So a Motorstorm Hero, he might be compromised breaking into the first corner as we start the final lap. And there you go. This is what I say about never count your chickens before they're hatched, because Motorstorm Hero looked like 8 seconds in the lead, was absolutely going to hammer this one home, and then he came a cropper, and I bet you he was chasing that fastest lap, wasn't he? So Motorstorm Hero 1.5 seconds ahead of Phaser. And Phaser, what do you think of that, my friend? You went up against the best and you were within a couple of seconds of him. That, oh, I've just got a PSN friend ad, so I reckon that's my friend Adam. We'll get you lined up, my friend, and get you racing. So a Motorstorm Hero leads the way. A 1.2 lead, but he had a big off. He's going to be nervous coming around that part. This time around, he's not going to absolutely nail it like he did the first time. And can Phaser pick up on that? No, it looks like he's got through it quite neatly. And Motorstorm Hero dusts himself off. And there just must have been a quick disconnect from the mothership there. And the car went all a bit weary. This android started losing power, but Motorstorm Hero then, except for one little blip, brings it on home, and he is through to the right. The winners go to the right, and Motorstorm Hero then takes the win of race 5, and Phaser has everything to hold his head up about over that. He did extremely well against a very big alien. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Only 5 races on this card, but don't forget there is another stream happening with other races on. You don't have to miss a thing, my little sweet pea. My little woo. And Strictly's just started, so you can all go off and sit with your missuses and watch the results show. And stop playing with your toys. Oh, wow. Wasn't that fun? I could have gone for another 5, do you know? Do you know? But let's save some of it. We've got more racing next week. More 1v1s coming your way, my little cherubs. And I don't think there's anything more to say or do. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you for being part of it. Adam in the chat saying thanks again for the awesome commentary. Oh, no problem, man. I'm glad that you think it's that. I would never say that, but you are a star. Always struggled with it. I sit on a cushion. Hey, no, I'm 5'8". That's not short. Okay, it's just a little bit below average. And Vodka Rob saying cheers, mate. Okay, then, yeah, so that's it. Muhammad Ali, bless him, waiting for me. No, he's packed in waiting for me. He says, no, I'm going to go off and watch Strictly Dancing results with my wife. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us here at the Ultimate Racing League on Thingamajig's Racing Channel. More to come next Sunday, I promise. Tiru, peace and love, word to your mother.